I'm from Milan, China.
I'm from London, England, more explicitly a place called Uxbridge.
I am from Guam.
Germany.
Originally, I'm from Ottawa, Canada.
I came from Mexico, state of Michoacan.
I'm originally from Brazil.
I'm from India.
I am from Yerevan, Armenia.
I am from Mauritius.
I'm originally from Taiwan.
Nigeria originally.
Saigon in the south of Vietnam.
From Spain.
From Brooklyn, New York.
Moved into this site in February of 1977.
I started SVL the first time in 1979, and
I started at SVL in 2002.
As 2008.
In 2002 as an intern.
my 30th anniversary in 2 weeks.
About 20 years ago in 1990.
SVL in 1999.
I've been at IBM for 31 years.
And I hung around here till 1984.
In 2007.
6.
Been here 42 years at IBM.
So my second coming was 1999 to 2009.
About 9.5 years.
2000? Oh my gosh, it's 10 years, Blanca.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
At which point I left again and I retired.
78.
Well, in 1998, but I am a third generation IBMer. My dad was a software engineer with IBM for over 40 years, and my grandmother worked for IBM too. She sold typewriters.
I came in for a short time 20 years ago.
And it's been over 10 years.
But it still feels like a short time from over that 20 years. And
Time passed by really fast.
So now we're dealing with my third coming because they came back as a supplemental at the end of 2010.
So we've been here ever since.
Last week.
Go west, young man. Disneyland is out here. Probably the weather. I think the weather.
here's, of course, the weather. There's no place like it.
The weather. Yeah, I like the weather because it's usually mild most of the time.
The best thing about California is the weather.
Yeah, it's just the weather.
My wife's a Californian, so I guess I wouldn't be allowed to go anywhere else anyway.
It's a very open-minded area of the world.
I like the weather and the diversity.
I have to agree. The melting pot, it couldn't get any better living in Northern California.
It's, yeah, the diversity, I would say. It's like you have it all. From all over the place, different points of view of people, different way of thinking. Here it's like you don't have to travel to get all those things. You have it just here.
One of the things I enjoy about working here is the environment.
That I work in the middle of nowhere, San Jose.
Peace, serenity, driving in every day, seeing the cows on the hill.
Can look out and see the green hills when they're green and look out at nature and get to enjoy that.
SVL is really a runner's paradise because we have so many trails around the lab. I can go at lunch or after work, and I've been doing that for almost 20 years now.
I have to say that life at IBM is very wild, and I mean that literally.
You can see all kinds of wildlife here.
We have mountain lions. I found tracks of mountain lions.
And there was one night I was actually coming out of my office, and I don't know if it was a bobcat or I don't know what kind of animal it was, but it was huge. And it just ran so fast and went up the tree.
There's wild pigs.
And I freaked out, and I ran back into the office.
Lots of snakes.
And there was one time, I think, as I was taking a walk in the back trails, I saw a snake.
And I decided I'd leave, and I didn't come back here for about 10 years. Terrified of snakes.
So I literally almost jumped, and I'm pretty sure that jump would be pretty awkward at that point in time.
We have badgers.
And whatever raccoons are there in the middle of the night, we bump into for late evening.
We have turkeys.
And the tarantulas underneath your cars in the summer. It's a
fun.
nice place.
Walking down the stairs between A and B tower and thought, oh, funny, I saw this, somebody left a rubber spider on the stairs. Very funny. So started walking down and it moved.
I think, IBM is a great place to work because you just never know what kind of wildlife you're going to run into.
So it's a great place to work if you really enjoy the outdoors, and of course the work's good too.
The blue suits, the white shirts.
To some extent, we were
suffering a little bit from arrested development. Sort of, we had not been keeping up kind of with a lot of the cultural changes that were happening across the tech industries. And
this isn't, your dad's IBM anymore, right? It's not the button-down white shirts all the time, but in the labs we're, focused on software design and development, and so we're a little, different in our dress.
First came here, I actually thought people are more dressed professionally, and then at the first day I saw somebody wearing flip-flops.
And I would always just show up in a polo shirt and khaki pants, the way that I usually went to work.
Well, I think one of my most memorable ones was my first day, actually, because I started here at SVL.
Years. And I was meeting with the executive, and here I rolling down from San Francisco. So I was up at a sales office. I'm in a black suit, custom-made suit I got from Korea. I was all, swanked out.
I show up, fresh out of college in my nice business suit.
And everyone's looking at me like I'm from Mars, right?
Back several years ago now, we had a really great lab director, Tom Rosamilia, and I talked to the admin. I said, "Is there a meeting today on this?" But I was wearing shorts and sandals, flip-flops, and she says, "Tom," and I was like, "Oh no, here he comes," and I'm standing there in my beach wear, and he's looking me up and down.
People would say, what do you think about the dress code out at SVL? And I would say, I'm trying to keep shoes on the programmers. That's the main thing. If they wear shoes to work, I'm happy.
Maybe it was the next week, there was a lab-wide email that went out and said there will be no more beach wear, no flip-flops, people have to wear appropriate dress. And I'm not attributing any cause and effect to that, but it was an interesting maybe coincidence. And I maintain to this day that I wasn't really wearing flip-flops, they were appropriate sandals.
And you always used to have this phenomenon of managers wearing business attire and the programmers not. Programmers sort of dressing the way you expect programmers to dress. It was kind of a weird thing. I was getting emails from people, messages from people, well, what's the dress code and so on and so forth, which I always thought was an odd, thing. I mean, my view was that you dress the way you needed to dress based upon who you're with. You're with a client, you probably need to dress appropriately, but laboratories are pretty dressed down kind of places. So, I said, finally, enough is enough. Everyone's expected to dress appropriate to what they need to do. Be considerate of what you wear, and if you want to come in nude in the morning, you have to stop in my office first. That was the last time anybody asked the question.
I'm an IBMer.
I'm an IBMer.
I am an IBMer.
I'm an IBMer.
I am an IBMer.
I am an IBMer.
I'm an IBMer.
I am an IBMer.
I'm an IBMer. I'm an IBMer.
I'm an IBMer.
Ich bin ein IBMer.
IBM.
Trabajo para IBM.
Một an IBMer.
Tôi làm việc cho công ty IBM.
I'm an IBMer.
IBM. That's it. Okay, one more time.
From college, so this is the first job, the first company I work for.
I feel good. I mean, sometimes I feel my mind like churning, like what to say next, but
Position here in the Silicon Valley land.
I will do it.
No, you go on. I'm going to edit out.
Oh, you are going to edit. Oh, okay. Should I start from the beginning?
I was talking about why. Okay, I can't tell you that actually. That's not clean.
Do you want to tell another story?
No, I don't have any.
Are you going to edit all this out? Okay. I am the worst.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. Put a bag over your head.
That's what all the women say. Oh, but I am an IBMer.
You'll say it with pride.
I am an IBMer.
I am from Mauritius.
Sorry. Okay, let's do it again.
Did you want me to look at you or look at the camera?
Oh, please.
Okay. Sorry, I've been looking at the camera.
That's okay. Yeah.
Running the ATMs. It's running Wall Street, unfortunately or unfortunately.
Isn't it great to work for a company that's still changing the world?
I think